So I'm asking that of you today. About 15 to 16,000 people watching. I know it's kind of a football game, so let's try for that, okay? All right, let's get started. Meeting now streaming live, YouTube. Now come to order on this February 5th, 2021. Roll call, please.
Roll call of the Senate, Day 9, Friday, February 5th, 2021. Anderson?
Excused.
Baldwin?
Here.
Beitman?
Here.
Boner?
Here.
Bouchard?
Here.
Case?
Present.
Cooper?
Here.
Driscoll?
Here.
Ellis?
Present.
French?
Here.
Murphy?
Here.
Garou?
Here.
Hicks?
Here.
Hutchings? James?
Here.
Kinski?
Here.
Kolb?
Present.
Cost?
Here.
Landon?
Here.
McCown?
Here.
Nethercott?
Here.
Pappas?
Here.
Perkins?
Here.
Rothfuss?
Here.
Salazar?
Here.
Schuler?
Here.
Scott?
Here.
Steinmetz?
Here.
Wasserberger?
Here.
President Dockstader?
Here. Prayer by Senator Perkins, followed by the pledge. Senator Kolb will lead us in that. Senator Perkins.
Thank you, Mr. President. If you'll please bow your head and join me in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, we come before Thee as the Wyoming Senate and want to first express thanks. We thank Thee for the many blessings that we have, for the honor that it is to serve our fellow citizens and residents of the state, for our families who support us and sustain us that we might serve, for the sacrifices of so many who have gone before that have fought for the freedoms and the privileges and the rights that we enjoy. We recognize and appreciate their sacrifice and the sacrifice of many who, whether they're in the military, whether they're at home or abroad, or our first responders who are serving us now to protect us, to help us. We ask that be with and bless them and their families. We're mindful of many who across our state and across our nation who are suffering from the plague of this pandemic. We recognize Thy hand in providing for us cures and treatments and truth. And we ask that Thou would continue to bless us, that we might be able to rid ourselves of this plague, and that we might be able to get back to being appreciative and helpful and have a more open and interactive dialogue with each other, and get back to be able to help and assist our neighbors in the way that we have in the past. We ask that Thou would be with and bless those who are struggling with this illness and other illnesses across, whether in our body like Senator Beitman, or across our state and in our communities. We're mindful of those who've lost loved ones close to them, like Roy Edwards, Representative Edwards' family, and our Hank Coe and others. We've lost a number of members from our past members from our body this year. We ask to be with and bless and help their families. And now as we turn our attention to the work of the day, we ask that Thou would bless us, that we might do those things will help preserve freedom and liberty and those other principles upon which Thou assisted our founders in founding this nation and our state. Bless us that we can be humble, that we can be attentive and listen to one another and treat each other with the love, the brotherly love and appreciation that Thou hast asked us to do. And at the same time, to keep our debate on the issues and to keep it in a way that will help us to end and decide and determine the best results for our nation and our state. We ask that Thy Spirit would attend us, and those who travel home safely, those who are traveling today, that they might do so safely among our winter storm. We're also mindful of the lack of moisture we've had this winter, and ask that Thou would open the skies in our mountain ranges and our other watersheds, that we might receive the moisture that we will need for this coming season. We ask for these blessings, Father, and do so and return these thanks in the name of thy beloved Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Senator Perkins, Senator Cole will lead us out.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
And to the
one republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Senator Cole. Let's continue now. Reading, correction, approval of the journal. Will the chief clerk please read the journal committee report?
Mr. President, your journal committee reports that the journal of February 4th, 2021 has been read and recommends that it be approved. John Kolb, Chairman.
Thank you.
Miss,
Oh, is there another? Go ahead.
you need to announce the adoption.
Yeah. Reading approval of the journal report. Are there any objections? Thank you. No objections. Next item of business, messages from the, excuse me. Just a moment.
You have to move to adopt.
Oh, yeah, there being none, the report is adopted. Thank you. Messages from the House.
Messages from the House. Message number 134, third reading passed amended February 4th, 2021. Mr. President, the bills listed below passed the House on third reading in an amended form by the vote indicated. House Bill 49, agency fee revisions, ayes 40, noes 18, excused 2. Message 133, House Bill 29, burials for indigenous persons, ayes 45, noes 15. Message number 140, House Bill 58, State Parks Account Expenditure Authority, ayes 52, noes 2. Mr. President, message number 135, third reading passed February 4th, 2021. The bills listed below passed the House on third reading by the vote indicated. Senate File 29, Revised Uniform Law on Notarial Acts, ayes 54, noes 5, excused 1. Message number 136, Senate File 54, Statewide Health Information Exchange Codification, ayes 42, noes 15, excused 3. Message number 141, concurrence passed February 4th, 2021. Mr. President, the House did concur on Senate amendments to bills listed below by the vote indicated. House Bill 30, Public Utility Assessment, ayes 35, noes 23, excused 2. Message number 142, House Bill number 44, Omnibus Water Bill Construction, ayes 57, noes 1, excused 2. Message number 143, House Bill 53, Invasive Plant Species, ayes 54, noes 4, excused 2. Message number 144, House Bill 9, Short Time Compensation Program, ayes 58, excused 2. Concurrence requested. Message number 137, February 4th, 2021. Mr. President, Senate File number 18, Universal Occupational Licensure. The Senate file listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. Ayes 58, noes 2. Message number 138. Mr. President, Senate File 53, Private Ground Ambulance Service Provider Assessment Act. The Senate file listed above passed on third reading in an amended form by the vote indicated. Ayes 52, noes 2. Message number 139 regarding Senate File 26, Animal Abuse Statutes, Reorganization and Update. The Senate file listed above passed on third reading in an amended form as follows by the vote indicated. 58 aye, noes 2. Sincerely, Wendy Hardinghouse, Chief Clerk.
Thank you. Next item for business, unfinished businesses of concurrences. Senator Driscoll, are you ready for message 137?
I am, Mr. President.
Reading clerk, please read in the message.
Message number 137, concurrence requested. Mr. President, Senate File 18, Universal Occupational Licensure. The Senate file listed above passed third reading in an amended form by the House vote of 58 aye, 2 no.
Senator Driscoll.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for concurrence on Senate File 18 and ask for your favorable consideration. Folks, the House actually did pretty good work on this. They picked up a potential hole in the bill that they just took out. Instead of saying degree, they said with curriculum deemed substantially equivalent by the licensing board. So it was just kind of a cleanup that made it clearer and actually made it where it conformed with what the intent of the bill was. I ask for your aye vote.
Any further
questions?
Any further discussion on Senate File 18 concurrence? Any further discussion? Motion is that the Senate do concur on Senate File 18 and vote aye. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Senate File 18. Roll call. Anderson.
Aye.
Aye. Baldwin.
Aye.
Aye. Whitman.
Aye.
Aye. Boner.
Aye.
Aye. Bouchard.
Aye.
Aye. Case.
Aye.
Aye. Cooper.
Aye.
Aye. Driscoll.
Aye.
Aye. Ellis.
Aye.
Aye. French.
Aye.
Aye. Murphy.
Aye.
Aye. Guru.
Aye.
Aye. Hicks.
Aye.
Aye. Hutchings. Aye. James.
Aye.
Aye. Kinski.
Aye.
Aye. Kolb.
Aye.
Aye. Cost.
Aye.
Aye. Landon.
Aye.
Aye. McCowan.
Aye.
Aye. Nethercott.
Aye.
Aye. Pappas.
Aye.
Aye. Perkins.
Aye.
Aye. Rothfuss.
Aye.
Aye. Schuler.
Aye.
Aye. Salazar.
Aye.
Aye. Scott.
No.
No. Steinmetz.
Aye.
Aye. Wasserberger.
Aye.
Aye. President Dockstetter.
Aye.
Aye. Closing vote. Closing vote closed. Senate File 18, 29 aye, 1 no.
By your vote, you have concurred with the amendments on Senate File 18. Senator Boner, are you ready on message number 139?
I am.
Reading clerk, please read in the message.
Message number 139, concurrence requested. Senate File 26, Animal Abuse Statutes Reorganization and Update. The Senate file listed passed on third reading in an amended form by the vote indicated. The House vote was 58 aye, 2 no.
Senator Boner.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move concurrence on message 139 and ask the Senate to vote aye. Ladies and gentlemen, what the House did is they did some very good work to complete the task that we started here in the Senate. And just before I get going too far down explanation what they did, just as a reminder, all that this bill does is it reorganizes our animal abuse statutes, which were rather disparate, and kind of consolidates them into a more logical format here, in especially in Title VI. So as you're going through the bill, if you have questions about why is that language that way, just reminding that we try to avoid any really substantive changes. We're just simply moving the language from one section of the statute to another. And so that being said, a lot of this is cleanup. We did have a very good discussion on our side of the building about whether we should have aggravated animal cruelty, and deleted a portion of the reference to aggravated animal cruelty. But what they did over on the other chamber is it went through their Judiciary Committee and had a very skilled attorney take a look at it and really give it a very thorough looking at, went ahead and deleted the rest of the references to aggravated animal cruelty without changing the elements of what qualifies as a misdemeanor, what qualifies as a felony. So no substantive changes there, though you'll see there's quite a bit of striking out Romanets, Romanet 6 maybe in putting in Romanet 2 in the amendment, to highlight some of the more potentially substantive changes. On page 3, they moved on lines 14 and 15 of the engrossed copy of the bill, moved unnecessarily, and so it modifies both injures and beats an animal before it just modified the verb beats. We have on page 10 a more complete exemption for rodeo events. So it exempts all rodeo events, which would include not just the participants or the folks trained for rodeos, but the folks involved potentially hosting an event. We also have an inclusion in the exemptions of pests. So if your weed and pest district or anybody, any private citizen is, say, controlling prairie dogs, for example, they're not going to get caught up somehow, some way in these statutes. So those are the substantive changes, and I'd argue they're incredibly mild. And certainly if you just point out, this bill is meant to be mostly reorganizing. If you have questions about the way that these bills work out, or the way these statutes work, I would simply point out that maybe that's the subject for a different piece of legislation that we might even have a chance to bring in March. So that's what they did. Certainly stand for any questions. If not, I look forward to the Senate supporting the good work that's done on the other side of the House.
Thank you, Senator. Further discussion or questions on concurrence to Senate File 26? Senator Landon.
Well, Mr. President, thank you. And I really appreciate all the work of the good chairman. I think it went out of here in good shape, and was probably helped on the other side. And I especially wanted to thank the chairman for getting us a copy of this in advance so we could take a look at it. This is as much for a smile as anything else, Mr. President, but I really think in a couple of spots where they worked on the other side, it would have been helpful to have you at the table. We really kind of needed a good journalist sitting there. If you go to page 3 and take a look at that language, I sure wish it said intentionally, knowingly, or unnecessarily injures an animal. But it doesn't, and it's probably okay. I'm not saying that this is worth a no vote on the concurrence, but I want to take you to page 10 also, senators. And if you take a look at the language, you don't train in rodeo. If you're modifying rodeo, you really should be, if you're competing in or training for events such as rodeos, jackpot ropings, agricultural exhibitions, or similar events. I really wish the language was stated like that instead of what we have. But as much a grin to a fellow journalist, Mr. President, as anything, but I plan to vote for the bill. Thank you.
Right, thank you for those observations, Senator Landon. Any further discussion or questions on Senate File 26? We're on the concurrence. Senator Bouchard.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I show you muted.
Sorry, Mr. President, I thought I hit mute. Thank you for letting me address on this issue. I think what people really need to understand what happened here is we were always looking at these statutes and they were always in different places. And we've seen bills come forward, even in my time that I've been here during my first term, that there's always a new bill coming. And I think some of it was done where they didn't even know that maybe we had it under existing statute. So I think you will find some flaws here, but all we've really done is put it in one place. And that was the work of the committee. And I think that's what the work in the other down the hall as well. And I think we can come back later, and if you see something, let's come back and do it next year. I think this is just simply, let's get it in one place so we stop having stack upon stack that come in following years. So I think this was really a good start to get us back on track, get these pieces of statute in one place. And so I think it's still a good bill. It's still it's doing what we're supposed to do now today. And in the future, I'm sure you're going to find things in here that maybe we do need to work on, and we can do that in the future. And I'll be glad to work on that with anybody that wants to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. We are on concurrence to Senate File 26. Further discussion or questions? Further discussion or questions? Okay. Motion is then that the Senate do concur on Senate File 126. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. President, Senate File 26, concurrence. Roll call. Anderson.
Aye.
Aye. Baldwin.
Aye.
Aye. Beitman.
Aye.
Aye. Boner.
Aye.
Aye. Bouchard.
Aye.
Aye. Case. Case.
Just a moment. He's demuted. There we go.
Aye. Cooper.
Aye.
Aye. Driscoll.
Aye.
Aye. Ellis.
Aye.
Aye. French.
Aye.
Aye. Furphy.
Aye.
Aye. Guru. Aye. Hicks.
Aye.
Aye. Hutchings. Aye. James.
Aye.
Aye. Kinsky.
Aye.
Aye. Cole.
Aye.
Aye. Cost.
Aye.
Aye. Landon.
Aye.
Aye. McEwen.
Aye.
Aye. Nethercott.
Aye.
Aye. Pappas.
Aye.
Aye. Perkins.
Perkins, aye.
Aye. Rothfuss.
Aye.
Aye. Salazar.
Aye.
Aye. Schuler.
Aye.
Aye. Scott.
Aye.
Aye. Steinmetz.
Aye.
Aye. Wasserberger.
Aye.
Aye. President Dockstetter.
Aye.
Aye. Closing vote. Closing vote closed. Senate File 26, 30 aye.
By your vote, you have concurred with the amendments on Senate File 26. Senator Baldwin, are you ready for message number 138?
I am, Mr. President.
Reading clerk, please read in the message.
Message number 138, concurrence requested regarding Senate File 53, Private Ground Ambulance Service Provider Assessment Act. The file listed above passed on third reading in an amended form by the House vote of 58 aye, 2 no.
Senator Baldwin.
Mr. President, I move concurrence on message number 138 pertaining to Senate File 53 and urge your aye vote. Real simple concurrence. This is an error on our part as it came through committee. I got so enthusiastic on our amendment adding the word private, we added one too many. And those folks on the east end of the building where the rays of the sun hit first in the morning thought and said, what the heck? And fixed it for us. So on looking no further than page 1, line 1 on the catch title, we simply remove private, and now it becomes Ground Ambulance Service Provider Assessment Act, as this act does deal with all ground ambulance services. So it's a simple fix, and I would urge your concurrence from the body.
Discussion on Senate File 53. Questions or discussions? Questions or discussions? The motion is that the Senate do concur on Senate File 53 and vote aye. Chief Clerk, please call the roll.
Senate File 53, concurrence roll call. Anderson?
Aye.
Aye. Baldwin?
Aye.
Aye. Beitman?
No.
No. Boner?
Aye.
Aye. Bouchard?
No.
No. Case?
Aye.
Aye. Cooper?
Aye.
Aye. Driscoll?
Aye.
Aye. Ellis?
Aye.
Aye. French?
No.
No. Furphy?
Aye.
Aye. Guru?
Aye.
Aye. Hicks?
Aye.
Aye. Hutchings?
No.
No. James?
No.
No. Kinsky?
Aye.
Aye. Cole?
No.
No. Cost?
Aye.
Aye. Landon?
Aye.
Aye. McEwen?
No.
No. Nethercott?
Aye.
Aye. Pappas?
Aye.
Aye. Perkins?
No.
No. Rothfuss?
Aye.
Aye. Salazar?
Aye.
Aye. Schuler?
Aye.
Aye. Scott?
Aye.
Aye. Steinmetz?
No.
No. Wasserberger?
Aye.
Aye. President Dockstader?
No.
No. Closing vote?
Salazar, aye to no.
Salazar, aye to no. Closing vote? Closing vote closed. Senate File 53, 19 aye, 11 no.
By your vote, you have concurred with Senate File 53 with the amendments to Senate File 53. Next item on our agenda today is introduction, reading, and reference of bills. Senate File 85, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 85, property tax reporting and exemption, sponsored by Senator Ellis.
Senate File 85 is referred to Committee Number 3, Revenue. Senate File 86, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 86, Attorney General elected official, sponsored by Senator Bouchard.
Senate File 86 is referred to Committee Number 7, Corporations. Senate File 87, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 87, Voyeurism Amendments, sponsored by Senator Cost.
Senate File 87 is referred to Committee Number 1, Judiciary. Senate File 88, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 88, Ownership of fossils and artifacts, sponsored by Senator Cost.
Senate File 88 is referred to Committee Number 6, Travel. Senate File 89, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 89, Public Utility Safety Lights, sponsored by Senator Cost.
Senate File 89 is referred to Committee Number 8, Transportation. Senate File 90, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 90, Hemp Prohibitions and Requirements, sponsored by Senator Cost.
Senate File 90 is referred to Committee Number 1, Judiciary. Senate File 91, first reading of the bill.
Senate File 91, Probate Discovered Property Publication Requirements, sponsored by Senator Cost.
Senate File 91 is referred to Committee Number 1, Judiciary. Item on our agenda, signing of enrolled acts. We're at that order in business of signing enrolled acts. Madam Chief Clerk.
Mr. President, is your first one number 4, the Senate Enrolled Act?
Enrolled Act number 4, correct, yes.
Okay. Senate Enrolled Act number 4, being original Senate File 43, an act relating to the Wyoming Energy Authority.
I'm about to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 4, same being Senate File 43. I have so signed. Next up, Senate Enrolled Act number 6.
Mr. President, mine was number 5.
Sorry, got it clipped together. Next up, Senate Enrolled Act number 5.
Senate Enrolled Act number 5, an act relating to, being original Senate File 57, an act relating to school finance.
I'm about to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 5, same being original Senate File 57. So signed. Next, Senate Enrolled Act number 6.
Senate Enrolled Act number 6, being original Senate File 37, an act relating to water development projects.
I'm about to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 6, same being original Senate File 37. So signed. Next, Senate Enrolled Act number 7.
Senate Enrolled Act number 7, being original Senate File 14, an act relating to insurance.
I'm about to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 7, same being original Senate File 14. So signed. Next, Senate Enrolled Act number 8.
Senate Enrolled Act number 8, being original Senate File 32, an act relating to water.
About to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 8, the same being original Senate File 32. So signed. Next, Senate Enrolled Act number 9.
Senate Enrolled Act number 9 being original Senate File 60, an act relating to ad valorem taxation of mineral production.
I'm about to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 9, the same being original Senate File 60. So signed. Next, Senate Enrolled Act number 10.
Senate Enrolled Act number 10 being original Senate File 29, an act relating to notaries.
I'm about to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 10, same being original Senate File 29. Signed. Next, Senate Enrolled Act number 11.
Senate Enrolled Act number 11 being original Senate File 54, an act relating to the administration of government.
About to sign Senate Enrolled Act number 11, same being original Senate File 54. So signed. Next, House Enrolled Act number 6.
Mr. President, would you reread that last one, please?
Certainly. Next act, House Enrolled Act number 6.
House Enrolled Act number 6 being original House Bill 8, an act relating to trade and commerce.
I'm about to sign House Enrolled Act number 6, same being original House Bill 8. So signed. Next, House Enrolled Act number 7.
House Enrolled Act number 7 being original House Bill 18, an act relating to honoring military members.
I'm about to sign House Enrolled Act number 7, same being original House Bill 18. So signed. Next, House Enrolled Act number 8.
House Enrolled Act number 8 being original House Bill 25, an act relating to motor vehicles.
I'm about to sign House Enrolled Act number 8, same being original House Bill 25. So signed. Next, House Enrolled Act number 9.
House Enrolled Act number 9 being original House Bill number 9, an act relating to labor and employment. I apologize.
Again, House.
Let me reread that.
Sure. Next, House Bill number 9. House Enrolled Act number 9, sorry.
Okay, House Enrolled Act number 9 being original House Bill 35, an act relating to crimes and offenses.
About to sign House Enrolled Act number 9, same being original House Bill 35. So signed. Next, House Enrolled Act number 10.
House Enrolled Act number 10 being original House Bill 45, an act relating to water.
I'm about to sign House Enrolled Act number 10, the same being original House Bill 45. So signed. Next and final, House Enrolled Act number 11.
House Enrolled Act number 11 being original House Bill 66, an act relating to the Wyoming Wildlife and Natural Resource Funding Act.
I'm about to sign House Enrolled Act number 11, same being original House Bill 66. I have so signed. Mr. Majority Floor Leader, that clears the desk.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move the following. 1, that the Senate 66th Wyoming State.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. I don't think we're at that point yet of adjourning the session completely. I believe there are more outstanding actions. Is
Oh,
that
we have
correct?
some signing of enrolled acts.
That's my understanding. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
President.
you, Mr. Florida Woody.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. I think it might be appropriate for the majority floor leader to call us back in 3 hours or something along those lines for further action.
Mr. President, I don't think we're going to do that.
Madam Chief Clerk, did you have a point?
Mr. President, I do have an update, although it's not official until we receive the messages. But I do have, it appears as though the House has concurred on 2 of the remaining bills, and there are still 2 outstanding for your information in terms of moving forward.
Then let's do this. So, Madam Chief Clerk, I sense then that they're probably close to being here, right?
I just received another affirmative on one of the outstanding bills, so we're down to 1.
All right. Mr. Majority Floor Leader, would you like us to stand at ease until the sound of the gavel?
Mr. President, that's appropriate.
Okay. Senate will stand at ease until the sound of the gavel. We'll wait for that further legislative work to be over here. Thank you.
Mr. President. Mr. President.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to be jumping off to another Zoom meeting. So I'd appreciate it if somebody could text me when we gavel back in.
Okay, will do. Make a note here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm having to leave the meeting now. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's just a breakout session.
Mr. President, if you'll sound the gavel, I think we'll be ready to go here.
Okay, the Senate will now return. Madam Chief Clerk, messages from the House.
Messages from the House of Representatives, February 5th, 2021. Concurrence passed. Mr. President, the House did concur on Senate amendments to the bills listed below by the vote indicated. House Bill 15, Department of Transportation Communications Facilities. Ayes 52, noes 5, excused 3. Concurrence passed. Message 146. House Joint Resolution Number 1, Traumatic Brain Injury and Post-Traumatic Stress Treatments. Ayes 54, noes 3, 3 excused. Message number 147, concurrence passed. House Bill 13, Alcoholic Beverage Regulation. Ayes 39, noes 19, excused 2. Message number 148, concurrence passed. House Bill 27, Business Code Revisions. Ayes 46, noes 13, excused 1. Wendy Harding, House Chief Clerk.
Okay, thank you, folks. I need, this is what we're going to do. I'll need at least 16 volunteers to stay as a majority, at least that. And then we're going to stand at ease for a little while longer, need your patience. And then we're going to come back and sign enrolled acts. And then we'll have the closing motion that will take us into March. So I know some people have to be on the road, but I need at least 16 folks around for a vote, or a few more, just to be safe.
Mr. President, there were some of us were late to the game. I'm sorry. Could you just pick up? You're looking for 16 volunteers, and I don't know.
To stay with us, we're going to go into standing at ease again. We've just had our Senator Kinski. We just had our messages from the House read in, and now I need to make sure that we have 16. We're going to go into another standing at ease. Waiting for the enrolled acts to come back over from the House. We will sign those, and then we'll have the closing motion for this segment of the session, and that'll take us into March. But I got to make sure I have a quorum. I got to have a majority in there. So, Senator Kinski.
So you just, I've got to defer to the people that need to get out on the road ahead of the storms. So I'm available if you need me. But my highest priority is safety for those that need to get on the road, Mr. President.
Senator Wasserberger, Senator Ellis, I'm taking, you want to speak or?
I can say, Mr. President.
Okay. Can I just have 16 hands at least to do a count? Chief Clerk, help me do a count, make sure we've got enough to conduct business.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I've got 17, so.
All right, those who have raised your hand, appreciate if you'd stay committed to that. And what we're going to do now is just for housekeeping, we're going to stand at ease, and I'll note that formally. We'll wait for those enrolled acts to get over here from the House. We'll sign those, and then we'll move into the closing motion.
Mr. President.
Mr. Vice President.
Question for you, or Chief Clerk Thompson. What do we anticipate time frame for that to happen? Half an hour, an hour,
Chief
2
Clerk.
hours?
You never know.
Yeah, what's the word from the other side?
I believe it will be, let's say, before noon. And I will offer to email all senators a draft of the closing motion as well, so that
you'll
you will have that.
Let's do this then, folks. Let's say we're gonna stand at ease until 12 noon. I'll make that a formal.
Mr. President.
Senator Case, I hear your voice. There you are.
Yes, Mr. President, thank you very much. I'm happy to be one of the 16 that remain, but exactly at 12 noon, I've got an international call I've got to take, and so I might be off for a while.
You'll be a lot of
twice, so I don't know.
You'll be a lot of time zones away.
I'll be
Make-
sitting here and listening to you orally, but I may actually be on a call, but I will
Yeah.
be here.
Keep a seat warm just in case overseas called. Okay, Senator Ellis?
Mr. President, would it be appropriate since, I know some of folks, particularly in Cheyenne, may have noon appointments to just push it back to like 1 o'clock or 1:15, just so folks can get up, have lunch,
All right.
come back?
All right, a matter of safety for appointments then, 1 o'clock, would everybody be agreeable to that? Okay, absent objection, then that's a limit. Let's do that. Senator, Majority Floor Leader, did you have something to say?
Mr. President, I was in the same boat as I got to go down and get vaccine at 12:15. If you did at noon, I was
Understood.
fine.
So, okay, so this is what we're gonna do, folks. We'll stand at ease until the sound of the gavel at 1 p.m. And then we'll come back and take care of the enrolled acts and the closing motion. Senator Cost.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Would it be possible to just do a blanket text to those of us that are there to say we want to call it in, and we could just slip up real quick if we weren't right at our computer? Just a thought.
Yeah, Senator Perkins.
Mr. Chairman, Jamie Schaub at the LSO, either he or Anthony had that set up during the virtual session last May, if I remember right.
So anybody from staff can help us with that? Is it possible for a blanket text?
Mr. President, I do not know if that has yet been updated with our new members, so I would be afraid of using that. I could do a blast email as well, but I know not everyone checks that, so I apologize.
Senator Kinski?
But I thought the motion was going to be to stand at ease until 1 p.m., not until the sound of the gavel. If we're just all back at 1, that
Let's
solves
do it
the
at 1.
issue.
Let's do it at 1. Everybody be back in the neighborhood at 1 o'clock. Okay. Senator Hicks, Vice President.
Yeah, just for those members that were thinking about traveling down I-80, it's closed all the way across pretty much all the way across the state in both directions now. So
Well, that may help some decisions. All right. Okay, everybody is agreeable to 1 o'clock then. Senate will stand at ease until 1 o'clock this afternoon. Thank you.